Ah. Oh, we are live.
And next time is
All right. Welcome back.
I know, it seemed like a long
Yes,
time.
I know. Thanks for clicking on our faces.
yes.
Tonight, we are bringing you a very special episode, a movie, one might say,
Oh my
Facts.
God.
Oh
of
my god. Wow. Yeah.
the new John Wick spin-off, The Continental, only available on Peacock, non-sponsored. But episode one, very long, very long. What do you all think about the length? I was shocked. I didn't expect to be there for quite so long. It was basically a movie.
Well, I mean, hey, they kept me in. I'm not gonna lie. I'm complaining about the length, but hey,
Uh-huh.
I was in there like swimwear because that was entertaining. However, this is what I'm curious about. Can you watch this without seeing this movie? Why do I say that? Because yo,
Oh.
like there were so many callbacks to the
Mm-hmm.
movies, so it's like wow, and it really makes you interested in what happened before John Wick. And then pretty much by the time you're done is like, oh yeah, okay, this is why he was so sympathetic towards John Wick. You know what I mean? And you feel that way at
Uh-huh.
the end, so now you want to see more. So like it felt like a movie but also like an episode. So now I'm curious if every episode is gonna be a movie. It'll be
You know
hilarious
what?
if not.
I heard that there are only going to be like 3 or 4 episodes of this show. So yeah,
It's a
I think every
miniseries.
episode.
Okay, so then that
Yeah,
means
I
three
think every
episodes
episode is
per
going to be
episode.
long. Exactly. It's going to be a movie every episode.
Hmm.
Um, what about you, Jack? What do you think of the just the length
Oh
of
my
it?
God. So, let me tell you my deal with this thing. So when you mentioned like, hey, you're gonna need 2 commutes to watch this, I said, I don't know about. So when I saw it was an hour and some change, I immediately was like, oh no, because I was spoiled by the Adventures of Superman. It was digestible. I thought this
Mm,
was way too long for me. I did not like the length at all. It made
Ah,
me not a fan. And you mentioned about maybe you have to watch the movies. See, I didn't get any of this at all, so I was
you
lost.
didn't watch the movies.
No, I watched one movie, and the only thing I can tell you about John Wick, if it say which movie it was, I say, well, John Wick had blood on his face. That's the only thing I can tell you. So I don't know which one it was. So I immediately was just not entertained by the movie.
mm,
Yes, this movie. It
okay.
really, and the length didn't do help it. So
I'm happy you
I'm
said
already revealing how I feel about this.
no,
And I
I'm
took
happy you said that.
naps. I
I
took
really am.
naps in between just to get through this.
I'm happy you said that because like that just goes to show you like and because like the fact that this is coming out now after John Wick 4 came out this year, is just very telling. This is basically giving people more, and the fact that you just said that solidifies that because I mean, yeah, bro, there's a lot after us doing all those 4 movies. I am highly entertained by this, but because of that. So, yep, let's keep going. Let's
Like
keep going.
I'm a big fan of the John Wick movies. I know I just love pretty much all of them, right? This show it kind of builds on the world. Like we get to see like, a little bit more of, the table and how that was, not even how it was founded, because they said mentioned something about it being around since like ancient times or something like that. But, we get some more backstory on it. One thing I didn't like though, the actor that they cast as Winston doesn't ring true to the original actor because the original actor in the movies he has such a distinctive voice and accent, and this actor is like he doesn't have that at all. And I wonder why they picked him or it's like when someone has, it's kind of like someone like playing Arnold Schwarzenegger as a younger version of himself with no accent. It's like, where's his voice? His voice is part of, him. So that kind of like made me like a little turned off with that performance. And I was like, okay, he doesn't sound like him. He doesn't look like him. I don't know. Maybe there was something that they saw in casting as far as, his ability that they just picked him. But as far episode 1, I don't know about him so far, right?
I mean, and
But
is it a 40 or 50-year difference? Is it the 70s or the 80s?
It's the 70s.
It's the
definitely
70s.
70s. Okay.
70s.
'Cause
70s New York. 1970s New York.
No, during the freaking strike of the garbage people. Oh God, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's when this place was super dirty. You think it's dirty now? Shit. Anyway. Yeah. Wait till sanitation goes on strike. Anyway.
But what did you guys think of the action scenes? Do you think it held up like they do in the movies? Yeah,
I thought they were cool.
I really liked it. Yeah, the stair one is probably my favorite one of the episode. Like the very first one when what's his name? His brother, Winston's brother Frankie.
Yeah.
He was like fighting his way through, through the Continental. I thought that was a really good like action scene. I like the action scene with the girl.
Oh
at the
yeah.
end of it.
His girlfriend.
Oh, Frankie's girl was
You
something
talking about
else,
Frankie girl?
man.
Yeah.
What? Oof. That woman was on point, man. What? Wow. You can
Not
see
as
the,
not as on point as that woman who had that aim and shot the guy in the helicopter. She was really on point because she just don't miss.
facts. She's
Yep.
straight mellow. Like, wow, straight up.
Gotta get some humor out here.
Now, question: did you guys? And I want to know what you guys think about this. I don't know if it's been confirmed or it's just my speculation. I don't know if everybody else saw it or noticed it. Are they trying to frame it like Winston is John Wick's uncle?
That's a question for
Because
you, Vic.
Frankie looked like John Wick a little bit. He got the hair.
He do.
Right? His wife is Asian. We all know Keanu Reeves is part Asian. So it's like, are they trying to frame it like these are his parents?
I mean, it's definitely possible because here's the truth. I never thought that Winston was American until this episode. So he's basically one of those people that left to the UK super young and then became British and came back with a British accent and all of that. But then at the same time, by the end of the episode, he ends up with a British butler. So, because the thing is in the movie, and the one thing that was a callback to the movie was, the black guy that's the butler, the guy that just passed away, I forget his name, that was the butler in the John Wick movies. That's a great callback to those movies because it shows him being young and saying sir and being all super British. So, I think it's just the guy's a product of his environment, but I thought he was British. I didn't see any American in him until this guy. And mind you, his real uncle, like the original Frankie, freaking Mel Gibson of all people.
No, do you guys think that Frankie is John Wick's dad?
No, that's what we're trying. That's what I'm getting at, right? Because the thing is just that all of these little clues that they left with this backstory of the family, I can understand why the guy was so sympathetic, and they went through the same thing twice. So I really think that it's probably going to lead to that. You know what I mean? Because for John Wick to have all of that compassion after everything, come on, there's got to be some kind of family ties there. So it makes sense.
Yeah, for Winston to put his whole life and everything on the line in the movies. But honestly, I don't know if I like that connection. Like, I don't want them to be uncle and nephew. I feel like that kind of cheapens it. Like it's like it's just too cliche. Like, oh, I did it because we're family. This is why I've looked after you.
But the thing is, how does John Wick get in? Because look, Winston was somebody that his brother was trying to avoid him getting into it. His brother was trying to avoid him getting into it. So now we're probably going to end up seeing how John Wick got into it. You know what I mean? Because by the end of the episode, John Wick may show up. If that's the case, it might just be.
You mean like we'll see a young John Wick?
I don't think they're going to time that quickly. Unless
I
it's like
mean,
freaking House of Dragons or something like
I,
Game of Thrones.
I mean,
Really get a hold of
look, here's the thing. We're speculating because right
Right.
now,
Mhm.
the star of the show is the coin press. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Coin
Oh my
press is the
God.
main thing. That thing brings back so many memories from all of the movies with the coins and everybody going in. Clearly, that's the thing that they use to make those coins, and it's hundreds of years old. So that's
Yeah.
another thing that like brings it to. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but I'm excited
No,
about this.
you're saying some
So,
good stuff. Go ahead, keep talking.
Mhm.
like that thing just makes it even more interesting because you always saw the coins and there was always like some special coins, but you never knew that there was like some history behind it. And look, everybody's giving it the Tickle Me Elmo situation.
Wait,
You know what I
what?
mean?
Wait, what?
You don't remember how people used to freaking jump off the top ropes
Like
like Tickle Me
what's his
Elmo?
name from Jingle All the Way?
Yes.
Oh, Turbo Man.
Like
Yes, they were
Turbo
giving it the
Man.
Turbo Man. You know what I mean?
Turbo Man. Turbo time.
This little box was getting the Turbo Man. But one thing I didn't understand, and maybe I just didn't see well because I was watching on my phone. Why did Mel Gibson get upset? Like I didn't get it. I didn't see what was in the box. What was in the box that made Mel Gibson
Oh,
upset?
it was a fake. It wasn't the thing. It was like a monkey
Oh,
thing.
that's what it was.
So
Uh-huh.
Winston has the coin press then.
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right.
And he needs
So
the
then
guns. The
yeah,
more
and
guns.
now he needs guns. Which is a callback to the
Yeah.
movies. You know, I need
Yeah.
guns, a
Oh.
lot of guns. And hold up, wait a minute. The
Mhm.
guy with the
Oh.
afro, is that Lawrence Fishburne? Is that him? Is that Lawrence
Oh, you
Fishburne?
think so?
Yeah, bro. I
Wow.
think that's him, man. He's got a they go back to him and get all the guns, and the guy's there when he's all like super he's like a philosopher, bro. Like the guy, and mind you, the timing is right. He's super Black Panther type ish. I mean, he just fits
Mm-hmm.
in the way that he's talking and everything with the long
Mm-hmm.
leather coat, all of that. I'm telling you, that gotta be Lawrence Fishburne. Please
That's
let me know
interesting.
if that's him.
That would be
Yep.
interesting.
That's interesting.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I can't wait for us to uncover some more characters that we've seen before in the movies. But I will say, like, it is too long. That's one thing I will say about it. I wish that they maybe made it an hour, but making it like an hour 20 plus odd minutes is it's a little ridiculous, honestly.
And I credit,
But it's
I was just gonna say, I credit them for trying to just, like how you mentioned earlier, just try to flush out their universe and make sure you get all these characters. But it really just, I think it did more harm than good.
You
Personally.
know what? I honestly think this is gonna go down by the time we finish. I
Mhm.
really think this is gonna go down like Anakin Skywalker type. That's what it feels like.
like the prequels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's what this feels like. Like this guy feels like he's not, not where he ends up as Darth Vader, but like where he ends up as the guy who runs this thing. Because like the fanfare for John Wick is big. So I get why
Yeah.
they
I
did
believe it.
this, but I think this is a very, very niche market. I'm rambling because I'm part of that niche, honestly. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
You see how excited you are about it. Just
yeah,
get
bro, this shit is fire. Listen, man, I was in my phone like, oh, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
people
the
looking at
fight
me in the
scenes were
train, and
interesting.
you know what I'm saying? Like this got me. I'm marked out for this. I popped. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, this is good stuff. It's good stuff. Let me shut up. I'm gonna
All
mute
right.
myself because
No, I enjoyed it as well. Like I said, besides the fact that the actor didn't sound like Winston,
Mhm.
the length did get me. But also, I want to acknowledge the fact that they mentioned, or at least I saw that they released episodes on Friday. So maybe they made it long for people staying in Friday night, having like a little movie, popcorn. What else are you doing, right? If you're staying home, so I can kind of see that as well. But I enjoyed it. I wasn't 100% there, but I'm like, 50 for this first episode. I'm down to, see where it goes. Especially given that it's only having 3 or 4 episodes anyway. So yeah, I would say it was a good first episode, especially if you are a John Wick fan and you have a little background knowledge on the lore and everything like that. Jack?
I was not impressed.
Jack, who's never seen any John Wick movies except for a splatter of maybe one and a half, or half of one.
Yes, like I said, I can only tell you the John Wick movie I saw. There was blood on John Wick's face, and
Mhm.
All
I'm
right, well,
not
there
sure
you
if it
go.
was his blood. I'm not too sure.
Probably wasn't knowing John Wick. So, all right. Well, that was our little, review of episode 1 of the Continental. Join us next week for episode 2 or movie 2, however you want to call it. We are going to be talking about it then. So, see you later. Thanks for watching.
Adios.
See ya.
That's hilarious.